Okay, I wanted to show you guys a video today for Kangaroo and show you a little trick that I just found out that's really helped me immensely. And I'm sick, so my voice is really hoarse, sorry. But what you're going to do is you're going to find your middle marker, you're going to put that right at your chest, and then you're going to gather your tail on one side, and then just pop it up over your shoulder, like that. And I'm not flipping it or anything, I'm just gathering it so it's laying nice and flat. And do the same thing on this other side. Just gather it and then pop it up, making sure it's not twisting. Okay, so then you have this little pocket. You want to pull it down so that the pocket lands about where you want the baby's butt to end up. So I'm going to pull it down to about there. And I'm going to use the demo doll because she is done right now. So I'm going to take the baby and you're going to put him up on your shoulder. And you're going to reach under or through the pocket, grab the feet, and guide them into the pocket without spreading it out or anything yet. And you're going to get them down to a height, and they're resting in this pocket. But you need to still secure them because it's not secure at all yet. You just got in there. And then you're going to find your top rail, and you're going to pull it up to the base of the baby's neck, leaving all the extra fabric right here. Sorry. And then, so all the extra fabric stays at the bottom, and there's just enough at the top so it supports their neck. And this baby is going to go arms in because it's a small baby. Okay, and then you're going to reach under the legs, and you're going to grab that extra fabric, pull it down like that, and pull it up and in between baby and you to bring their knees up higher than their bottom. Like that. Okay, and then what I like to do is actually reach under this pass on my shoulder and then grab this top rail with my fingers just underneath it, and then I just start to gather it. Kind of like you gather a ring sling. Like through the rings when you're spreading it out so it doesn't get all twisted in the rings. And then just slowly flip it on your shoulder, like that. And I like to do it that way because I feel like it makes it lay nicer on my shoulder because it has this nice gather pattern. And then what you're going to do is going to go under this one and reach behind your back and just gently pull here. I'm not doing too much tightening. I'm mostly just making sure it's flat and then pulling it to the front right now. And so I always get this a little bit twisted here for some reason. So I'm going to flatten that out. Or, yeah, flatten it out on my back, like that. And then, so what I was doing is I was pulling from the top rail over here first, because I always like to secure my top rail first. But what that was really doing was pulling on the bottom rail here, and so it was making this piece really tight. So when I would get to the actual top rail, I couldn't pull any of this slack through because this was holding it down, locking it down, and making all this tension right here. So I couldn't pull any of this out. So I was always having a really sloppy carry. So what you really need to do is go from the bottom first and wiggle your shoulder. You see all that just moved? Just like that. And then pull it through your tail. And then just work your way. Not too much right now because you still have to do that other side, but I like to get some of this slack out first on this side because the same issue, once you flip this one and cross it over your back, it kind of locks down this pass here, and so it makes it a little harder to work the slack out. And so that's pretty good for the most part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch hands, and I'm going to hold this under the baby's bottom here, and I'm going to go to this side and just hook that top rail. And I like to go pretty close to the baby's head because I feel like it just works some of that top rail slack out already because you're flipping it right next to their head. Okay, and make sure everything is straight. Okay, and then you reach behind, grab, and I just like to gently gather it here like that. Okay, and then pull it around to the front. And now we're going to really work on precision tightening, so getting this snugger. So you start from the bottom and pull and wiggle your shoulder. See how much just moved out? Like I just got all of that just from wiggling my shoulder. Okay. And then work your way. So I'm actually going to pull on this top rail on the other side just a little bit. So it's actually the bottom here before I lock down. See how much harder it is to pull it already just from snugging that other side up already? Okay. And then I'm just going to work my rest of my way through on this side, snugging everything up. And you want to always make sure you pass it to your other hand to really keep that tension. Because if you let go, and then you're just going to like let all that slack right back into the carry. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. A little bit here. And that's a good trick too, is also to pull it under over to that other side, or to the outside. Makes it a little bit easier to pull out. Okay, and then I like to give it a little bit of a snug pull here, and then you go right under the booty. And this is a size 3, so I'm going to tie off under the butt. If it was a longer wrap, you can just crisscross here and go under the legs to the back, but I don't have enough length for that. And then I also like to just kind of tie a half knot first, and then if I lose any tension, I can pull it through the knot like that. Did you see that right there? How that just moved? So I lost some of that when I was tying my knot. And then just finish with a double knot. And that's it. I hope that was helpful. I didn't really mean for this video to get very long, but this has been like my nemesis carry forever. So I was really excited to figure out what I was doing wrong. So I really wanted to share that with you guys. And if you have a newborn, like you can pull this up a tiny bit to support their head, or you can roll it like that to give them a little bit more head support. Okay, thank you. Bye. Bye-bye. Say bye. Say bye-bye.